to see the seaweed culture.
Okay, is that a project that you're doing or just examine?
Just examine to help local government because right now uh, anyone who utilize the marine space has to have permission for the from like if you do a jetty also marina and maybe floating cage which built on permanent more than 30 days you have to have marine permit from central government, so I'm going over there. Okay, this is not our discussion, Pak. Hi.
Yeah. Hello. I wanted to show you something about because you're saying that you're trying to activate the Malaka project. Are you talking about?
Yes.
Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Are you still showing talking about this particular project in Malaka? Let me share
Yes.
this particular project. So you've taken over this project right here.
Yes. I already I've seen this video, Mr. Hai.
Yeah.
Yeah, right in that place. So start from 2020, I work with local people to create underwater coral garden.
Beautiful.
And it's wonderful if we I read in the Facebook that you did some activities last maybe 2017 2018, yeah,
That's
in
right.
Pandanan, create some event, and I think it's very nice at that place, and I would like to combine my project to your idea that previously you have done, Pak Hai.
Okay, well, there's a lot of new progress that's happened since 2000, since the pandemic. So
Yeah.
nowadays we are trying to develop these digitalization of the land and then
Uh-huh.
digitalization of the ocean. So then that way we can get funding, like blockchain money, which is
Uh-huh.
smaller investment. So instead
Uh-huh.
of getting big investor to come over there and develop that location, if we digitize it, you will get anyone can invest. Once you digitize it, you have smaller contract and smaller relationship with the property, and that allow us to be able to um, get smaller investments. So someone can even invest $100 and be able to see his
Nature
money works
is
for
a
him.
great
You know,
experimenter.
you don't need to
How do you think
invest
it experiments?
big money and uh, big development. So that's something that is new that's happening. You also we're doing the same for the fish cage up in the lake, where instead of the fish farmer getting the money and stressing about the money get new fish and then feeding it, you know, junk food and polluting the lake, you can get investment up front through the smart contract of blockchain technology, and that allow you to be able to um, get smaller investment to larger investment. So it's a lot easier for people to have uh, stakes in your project without it being, one investor or a couple investor controlling everything. And it can, and these people who are looking at smaller investments are looking at more kind of like community based development, more support for the community rather than trying to own the land and trying to, overdevelop and etc. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, we need to sit down with the proper stakeholders to be able to activate the land and to activate the ocean that you might be farming. And if especially if you're working with central government to be able to um, regulate the ocean, the marina, to be able to develop, proper ecosystem, develop, I have to send you my project on the bio rock project, which is how to grow coral in the ocean,
Yeah,
and it's up. It was one of my first case study in Pamutaran in North Bali in Buleleng, and
yeah, yeah.
and it talked about not only about how to develop the marina, but how to develop a whole village-based ecosystem.
Yeah,
Because
great.
if you don't keep it within an ecosystem, it's much harder to develop. And then it become a business rather than a community-based development.
Yeah, yeah, that's a great idea, Mr. Hyde. I moved from before stay in Lombok. I live in Bali for about 10 years in Denpasar. So I little bit know about Pumatran, North Bali, and yeah, North Bali is good example for community development. And in 2020, there was a project called International in Indonesia Coral Reef Garden, and I think this good example. And also Pumatran. Pumatran is one project got UNESCO award, I think, yeah, because of the project run well and encourage local people over there. And many times I use this as inspiration, as reference to develop same kind in Lombok behind compared to Bali. And I would like to start this initiative from in Pandanan, and I saw that you already did something years ago. Start from station Malaka, yeah,
Yeah.
station Malaka, and the guys who coordinate in that village. His name is Zik. Already gone to Singapore. He's no longer in Pandanan. So we need find find out a new local young leader over there.
Yeah, there is a young girl.
Um, Nanda.
Yes. Have
Yeah,
you
you
get,
still contact with her?
yeah, I still every once in a while communicate with her. Have you connected with her yet?
Yes, I already, but I think she has a different interest.
Mm.
Frequently, I talk to. She still has a different interest with my project, so it's quite difficult to encourage her in my project. But I think if you talk to her, if you hey, talk to her, maybe it will uh, s- uh, uh, give her like motivation to because to combine her mind to my project. It's kind of integrating my project to what he or what she has idea, continuing your project, wow, Malaka, some time ago, because I think she is very active, and she she develop or she create young student association from Malaka. I think if you talk to her, it will be good.
Yeah, I think. Well, the first thing I say in any kind of development is to never say is my project. Uh,
Okay, okay.
because
Yeah,
if we're working with their land and their community, we are only
yeah,
enabling their we're only enabling their community. So
yeah. Okay,
be,
yeah. Agree.
be
Agree.
sensitive to that. Just be
Yeah,
sensitive to that. And then
yeah,
second of all, I know that from my last conversation, because of all the earthquake happening in Bali and Lombok, being a
yeah.
being a beachfront property, a lot of people were worried about tsunami and stuff like that. So I know that a lot of development that are based on beachfront was very scary, especially for the local community. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so, and then of course back then, we ran into situation where uh, we were looking for big investment because it was a big piece of property and there was a lot involved. It was much more difficult than smaller projects and smaller
Yeah,
investment.
yeah,
But now with the new model for micro investment, uh,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
then it might be able to revisit. So I will most definitely talk to her about it. I think, like I said, let's be sensitive to those consideration uh, because it's easier because she is a fantastic motivator for the youth, and
Yeah,
she does live right next to that land. I mean, she.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Um, Yeah, Mr. Hai, the recent discussion, I myself with a student from Mataram University, that we are going to make a new concept because previously I start only on the sea, on the ocean. I'm with my colleague create underwater coral garden, and recently we would like to change the idea of the concept and incorporate or including the terrestrial. So it's like integrated development from the ridge to the ocean or from the bottom of the sea to the peak of the hill.
yeah,
And we need somehow concept or like blueprint how to make this concept written in the right proposal, and so many people can read it and can support it, and including the real small investment that we can step by step improve the situation the program by yeah what we can achieve from small investment start from the land or on in the sea.
yeah. These programs, and we have a framework, is called From Ridge to Reef.
Yeah, yeah,
From
from
Ridge,
rich to sea
no, Ridge to Reef.
to reef. Okay, yeah,
Okay, and from Ridge to Reef, uh, and the way that we talk about is for ridge, what are the high points, right? The mountain, but also the ridge
yeah,
means what are the high points. The reason why we develop ridge to reef is we realize that whatever we do in the ocean, when it rains, all the stuff from the ridge comes and all the villages come down and destroy our ocean. So
yes,
if we don't fix the ridge, all the garbage
yes,
travel downhill, and when rain comes, it
exactly.
goes right into
Yes,
the ocean, so it doesn't matter.
yes,
So we have
yeah,
to
yes,
fix the ridge. That's the number one
yeah,
key
exactly.
point why ridge is important.
Yeah, yeah, that's the idea. I think we meet the idea,
Yeah.
same idea. Yeah,
So one of the biggest problem of the ridge is that they need to deal with their trash. How do they deal with their trash? And how do they make
yeah,
money with their trash? Okay,
yeah,
because if they're not making money with their trash, they're not going to deal with their trash. Okay,
yeah,
so those are some of the ridge point, the high point that we look in. So then we got solution to be able to develop, to take trash and make it money, to turn it into money, create recycle system and recycle plant to be able to create product with the trash. And so
yeah,
that plays a major role in that. And the big cost for those guys, or I mean, the minimal cost for those guys are like transportation. How do we move garbage around, and then how to move it to a place where we can make money from it? Okay,
yeah,
so that's
yeah,
helping that's helping the ridge. That's the high point. Now the
yeah,
reef is an ecosystem. How do we develop an ecosystem by the ocean so then that way people come and learn and share and to develop idea to attract not only their community to learn and to be inspired and to co-create, but how do we attract international people to come there and be able to
yeah,
share and participate and add to the value, not just tourism, but a form of community-based tourism to help
yeah,
develop the community. And these are all case study and research and and data that we can help you develop. And now with the
yeah,
uh, economic technology, a social economic technology that allow people to invest. And one of the things that we want to motivate is local people investing, giving, even if it's small money, even if it's just, uh, 100,000 a week, you know,
uh-huh, uh-huh, yeah,
once we have this system, we can show that everybody can participate. And once you do that, you have much more momentum, you have much more people that are committed. Otherwise, you have local people with their hands out waiting for money before they do something, and
yeah,
and international people just want to buy everything and control everything because it's beautiful land, and so it doesn't work, so these type of micro governance and collaboration work. So that's the ridge to reef, the basic of the ridge to reef concept, which um,
yeah,
we can sit. We talked about you getting a few people together that are interested in this project. I will talk to Nanda about it to see if she's interested in this project.
yeah, yeah,
And then from there we could have another Zoom meeting, and then
yeah,
yeah, I want to also bring some of my team that deals with the social economic technology, micro
yeah,
economic technology, to be able to show you guys and see how we can help activate that for Wow Malaka, and then let's get a group of kids together to foster the ridge and reef idea. We already looked at the ridge, and the great part about Malacca, it doesn't have too much people living up on top of it, and it has a spring up on top of it, so you can get water from there. Okay,
yeah, yeah,
it's a lot
yeah,
of
okay,
dynamics that can happen very simple, very easy. Especially if we can collect the water from the spring, we can get some really easy micro governance. I mean, micro economic to even provide water. Like spring water. They're made
yeah,
in Malacca to support the
yeah,
ridge, to support the Malacca project. So there's a lot of good stuff going on there. Um,
yeah,
I think this is I think this is a good conversation. I think, yeah, like I said, let's start putting together your resource, your team, people that want to participate. If you have local government, show them the video. We already did a big festival there. Local government came. We said birds, and then of course, we had we ran into a lot of dynamics with the earthquake that scared a lot of people, and then COVID, and so now it's a good time to reactivate it with a more fresh uh, uh, concept, and now with new technology, it might be easier to activate the youth.
yeah. Okay, Mr. Hey, I think it's for this time it's enough. The first thing I think I can have a conversation with you, and in the future we need some action. For example, I have to meet to Nanda and also create written idea, so we can share more detail. And then if you have time, maybe you can revisit Pandanan, and we can observe the situation with what that are going over there, Pak Hai.
Okay, sounds great. I will look forward to us reconnecting again. Let's do some footwork and connect some
Yep.
people and see what happened. Okay?
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
okay, Mr. Hai, I've reached the my place to meet with some my colleague, and I think for this time, I think it's enough. Yeah, thank you very much for your time, because